There are currently hundreds of ads being run against Joe Manchin on social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all sorts of different individuals running ads attacking Joe Manchin. For one, not wanting to get rid of the filibuster so we can pass the Voting Rights Act. And two, of course, for torpedoing the Build Back Better Act for not wanting poor people to get that child tax credit. But what's interesting about these ads is that these are not being run by opposition groups. These are being run by Democrats themselves. Sitting members of Congress are running attack ads against Joe Manchin. People running for office this year as Democrats are running attack ads against Joe Manchin. They're finally putting that pressure on him that should have began a year ago. When Joe Biden took office, we should have immediately started running these ads going after Joe Manchin because everybody already predicted that Manchin would be the person to try to take down this agenda because of his, moderate stances, which really means his corporate stances on just about everything. So the Democrats finally wised up and they said, we've got to do something. So they're using their own money that many of them, of course, need for their own campaigns this year, but instead of spending it on themselves, they're saying, I'm going to go after this jackass. We're going to hold him accountable. We're going to let the entire public know that the reason they can't have these good things in their lives is mostly because of this dude. And I say mostly, of course, because Joe Manchin is not the only villain out there right now, but he's the biggest villain, sure. Here's why this is so important. And it's also something that people have to wrap their heads around to understand what is really happening here. In the state of West Virginia, where Joe Manchin is the senator, President Biden has a 30% approval rating. Joe Manchin has a 60% approval rating in West Virginia. So in spite of the obstruction, in spite of the lies he's telling, to justify his obstruction, I'm worried about inflation. No, you're not. You're worried about corporate profits. You're worried about your own coal company's profits. But in spite of that, his own voters look at him and they say, you know what, though? I like it. I'm good with that. I'm okay with this. But I don't like Biden. And of course, West Virginia is a state that has gone solidly for Republican presidential candidates since the year 2000. And that does help, at least a little bit, explain why Joe Manchin is not worried about torpedoing Biden's agenda. He's not running for national office, so me sitting down here in Florida, my opinion of Joe Manchin doesn't matter. I can't vote for him. I don't live there. People out in California, your opinion of Manchin doesn't matter. New York, Ohio, Wisconsin, we may hate him, but none of us are the ones who vote for him. So he doesn't care about our hatred. He doesn't care about our anger. All that matters to him, and of course he's got a long way to go before he's even up for re-election again, but all he has to look at are his numbers in his state and say, listen, I'm floating at 60% approval. I got nothing to worry about. So throw your slings and arrows. Run your angry attack ads. I am untouchable back in my home state of West Virginia. But these ads, these hundreds of ads being run, they could change that. Maybe. If the voters of West Virginia are fully aware of what they're losing because of Joe Manchin, maybe he starts to tank. Maybe it doesn't do anything at all. But at the very least, these Democrats are trying to put pressure on him. And it's about damn time somebody stood up and did that. Thanks for watching. And if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.